So I've been filming today and I've been trying to explain about my participation in the Experience Cambridge event at Cambridge a few weeks ago. So which is basically for theology and philosophy of religion, where basically I went to Cambridge for 2 days with 3 weeks in between, and we got lectures and we had to write an essay and do some research as if we were a student at Cambridge. And so we went to the Faculty of Divinity and got given a few lectures, and then we went to Clare College a few weeks later to have a sort of supervision style session after we had written an essay, and we had to then get feedback on it. And that was really interesting, and it was really exciting day. Basically, I've been trying to film this video recounting everything that happened and then going over my essay, but I thought some of the stuff I learnt was really interesting, so I just wanted to share some of the stuff I learnt. And I'm trying to find an exciting way to do it, because I just kind of spoke to a camera for about 20 minutes. I know, I'm crazy. And then I've just been editing it and it's absolutely terrible, so I'm going to just do this instead. I'm not really going to bother with the whole essay I wrote, which was about 1, 2, 3, 4 pages plus references. Yeah. So I'm not going to do that. Enough with this introduction. So I was doing an essay on ideas of self in Eastern and Western thought. The exact question was, know thyself, and explain why this is more complicated than it sounds. Know thyself is a Greek question, something like gnothiseauton. I can't pronounce Greek very well. It was written on the Temple of Apollo at Delphi. So it basically, I think it's kind of there to try and encourage people to consider thinking about themselves and knowing themselves before judging anything else. So I kind of use that as an invitation to consider, who am I? If you were asked the question, who are you? Most people are going to answer, hi, I'm Emily, connecting my name with my body, my physical body, which is great because that's generally the most reasonable answer. That's kind of the most straightforward, and that's what Occam Razor would say. But we don't like that. We like to think that we, as individuals, we are special, and so we have something in us that makes us who we are, and that's like eternal and unchanging and all that sort of lovely stuff. But that doesn't always work. So I was kind of looking to see if we can find that eternal and unchanging thing of a person. We know that a 300-year-old tree in a field is the same tree that was there a few years before, because it's got the same spatio-temporal continuity, which basically means it's in the same place. So nothing too exciting, just simply it's right where it was. It's also got the same organic identity, which is DNA, and material composition, which is it's made of the same stuff. And that's great. But with humans it's a bit more complicated. Because we want something that's unchanging, we can't have our body, because we change about 300 cells every minute. So that's really not unchanging. We're changing every single minute. So we can't be our body. So let's move on to the next interesting thing, which is the soul. And the soul is awesome. I mean, great idea. I mean, someone spoke in the Psalms about it. Praise the Lord, my soul, my innermost being, praise his holy name. And I said that suggests that the soul is the connection between God and a person. I don't really like the God of classical theology, and I know I shouldn't really be saying that, but I don't agree with that God. So that idea of the soul connecting me to a God does not really work for me. Yeah, I know, I'm weird. So then I moved on to pre-Christian thinkers such as Plato, who said that the soul was the part of the body that goes to the world of forms after we die. The world of forms is really interesting. I should probably make a video about that sometime. I'll do that, but I won't explain it now because it's way too complicated. So, but no one really follows Plato anymore, so we can't really do that. Some people would say that the soul is the force that brings our bodies to life. So if I am without my soul, maybe I'd just be a corpse. But with my soul, I'm alive. So that sort of thing. Or our soul is our personal identity. But not everyone likes the idea of soul, or no one feels that we have a soul, because whatever, people don't believe in a soul. So instead I looked at mind, and I like the idea of mind. I mean, it could be several different things. It could be, like John Locke suggests, psychological continuity, which is my mind works in a similar way to the way it did when I was 5. And the fact that it's got similarities, there's a little bit of psychological continuity connecting my 5-year-old self with me now, and that's what makes me me. And that's great, but it comes up with a few problems which I'll discuss in a minute. A similar idea to this is memories. No one in the world has the same memories. Everyone in the world experiences the world differently. That's sure enough. But does that mean, similar to John Locke, is that you can't be yourself if you don't have memories? And that really brings up a problem. I mean, there are problems like dementia, Alzheimer's, amnesia, to name a few, where people forget, where people lose their memories. And if you lose your memories, does that mean you lose who you are? Some people would say yes, that you do lose who you are, but other people would say no. You are still you, even when you don't have your memory. So I don't know. But the thing I think, generally, is I think that I'm my consciousness. So I am the thing in my mind which is living now, which means I'm never the same person twice, which means I'm not the same person who started filming this video, and I will not be the same person who finished it. I'm always changing, and that's what I believe, and I think it's really weird. And the thing is, if I ever change my mind, that only proves my point. Think about that. But the problem with my idea is that it's not unchanging or eternal. It's not unchanging or eternal, which means that kind of defeats the whole point. So then I moved on to like Eastern philosophy. So Hinduism and Buddhism are the two that I looked at. And so they have some interesting ideas. So Hinduism believes in a relationship with Atman, which is the individual, and Brahman, which is the ultimate reality. Ultimate reality, that's what I'm talking about. And they kind of believe that we are one with the ultimate reality, or we have to try and become one with the ultimate reality, and that's the goal of life. Which I like that idea, it's kind of cool. But that's kind of saying our whole goal is to almost open up ourselves to this ultimate reality, and it's all peaceful and all that. Yeah. Buddhism, on the other hand, believe that we have no self. They believe that we are always changing. So similar to kind of my view, so that's kind of nice. So they kind of believe that nothing's ever changing, and that suffering is caused by the refusal to accept that nothing lasts, that everything changes. They believe in this Annata, no self, no constant self. That's a bit of a weird concept in our world, because we all like our possessions, we're materialists. I have a paint palette here, I have a camera filming this on, I have a chair I'm sitting on. None of this should belong to me. It's kind of like this idea that none of this, I shouldn't hold on to any of this, so I shouldn't hold on to what I've got because it's not mine, and it won't be. Not even my body's mine. We will go on, and nothing ever stays the same. Yeah. Oh, and that's what they mean. We hold on to everything, including the image of ourselves. So if we are trying to hold on to this image of me, if I'm like, oh, I'm Emily, I love art, I love theatre, I love this, and that's who I hold on to myself to be. But in 10 years' time, when I'm older and I have more responsibilities and I'm no longer this person, I shouldn't hold on to myself as the person I am now. I should just keep moving on and just becoming the person I will be. And so let's see, how did I summarise? Let's review and reduce the most likely identity of the self. I just summarised everything. I'm great with essays. I mean, the essay was about 2,000 words. I heavily underestimated how long that would take. So I spent too long reading, and then I spent about 5 days where I was just like, oh my goodness, I need to write this. Yeah, that was mad. So I just kind of rewrote the whole essay in a paragraph as my conclusion to kind of say, I know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, to conclude, why is this question important? So, I was saying, Descartes' idea of reality began with the fact that I exist. He has this whole thing with cogito ergo sum, so I think, therefore I am. So he kind of doubted the existence of the entire world, but he said, wait, if I doubt everything, I need to be doubting. So I must exist because I'm doubting, which means I'm thinking, which means I'm alive, which means I can then convince myself that everything else is right too. So yeah, that's important to Descartes. And Kant's ethics. We do Kantian deontology in class, and that is focused on autonomy and the person. Yeah, I think that's everything I need to talk about. So yeah. And if you want me to do any more videos just talking to people like this, then I'll probably do them because I don't know what I'm doing. See you guys! Hello, I'm Emily Chase and thank you so much for watching this mad type of video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave any suggestions for new videos or new topics to talk about because my list is way too long to make any logical sense out of. I have interest in a wide range of areas, so anything from philosophy, chemistry, maths, psychology, art, drama, cycling, books, physics, animals, you know, anything really. Yeah. Have a lovely day.